friends, lots of things to do before we close everything up for the winter. We are working on the garden today, tearing out the tomato plants and the peppers, and going to be tilling and getting our cover crop in. The marigolds did awesome this year, but I've got little pods everywhere.
I know. I like the color spots.
Well, they are really good for helping to keep down your insects. Also on your plants,
Yep.
which this year I didn't notice too bad. The tomato worms, I had some, but I just wasn't overrun with them. Potato bugs, didn't notice those as bad either this year. So maybe they helped. Right.
The chickens love them.
Yep. Now, I have gleaned most of the tomatoes. I've got 6 boxes in the house of tomatoes, green tomatoes. So I don't want anybody thinking that we're wasting all these tomatoes. We have put up a bunch and gifted a bunch. And so these that we're throwing in the bucket are super small, finger size tomatoes that I sure don't want a bunch of volunteers growing up in the garden next year. So they are all going to come out. And I periodically will find one that I think, oh, that's pretty good size. I will save that. And I have a little pile over here behind the camera for just such a thing. We have noticed the last, I'm going to say 2 months or so, activity from a gopher or a mole in the garden. We've got some raised spots under our weed barrier, and so Brian will probably try to take care of that.
That's a gopher then.
But see, these are nice sized tomatoes, and I will go ahead and put them on my pile to let them go ahead and ripen naturally.
Get her something I could put these in.
Oh, well. How about a big bucket? Okay, so he's taken the last load of tomatoes out, and we are going to burn those on our little burn pile. You could let them decompose and out in your garden, but if they have any diseases or anything like that, and you let that decompose, it goes right back into your soil, and you're going to have a worse issue next year with that. So we take ours out and we burn them, let them decompose on the burn pile, or just burn them. Anyways, they don't get composted back in. I think we're almost ready to start tilling. We are going to tear out this roll of weed barrier right through here, and then he'll be able to, once we get all the T-posts and stuff, he'll come in and he'll till all of this and this area here, and we will plant all of this. This area here, those are the garlic beds, which I planted garlic the middle of October. You can see it started sprouting, which is, it does that every year. Anyways, I deep covered it again. I added more hay to it, and it will sit here. We don't harvest garlic until the middle of June, so it will do its thing over the winter, and I will harvest both of these beds, and that will be plenty for me to dry and grind for powder. And then I also this year stored garlic in olive oil in the refrigerator, and I'll tell you what, that is some of the best stuff. And so I'll do that next year again. Anyways, this area right here, we are going to build boxes. We're going to put in some boxes like those up there, except for, you guys know that we tore down the old chicken coop, and I have that rusted metal, and Brian said that he will put me in some raised beds right here. So I'm thinking maybe three for sure, maybe 4. We'll just see how it all measures out. But we are going to add on our grape hoop here. This was the best idea for our grapes. I didn't get a very good harvest because the gate was left open on the goat yard, and they come over here and just demolished them all. Didn't get but a couple handfuls periodically, but I did purchase a couple more plants, so we actually have 5 grapevine plants in there. I'm going to transplant 2 of those and bring them out here. So we're going to add another 4-foot section to this, put some 2 more plants out here, and that will give us 5 grapevine plants with 12 foot on each side, and you guys can see it did fantastic. I was super impressed, but look what I spotted. More grapes. I'm surprised the birds haven't got them yet. But anyways, so that's what we're going to do, and so that will determine how many boxes we get in this raised beds we put here. I've got, I think, 3-foot walk around space right now, and that works really well for me. So anyways, I don't know that we'll get to that today, but we'll see. Okay guys, while he is over there hooking up the tiller, I'll give you another quick shot of the garden. We are done. He's going to till. He'll till all of this area, and we'll hand till the area between the apple trees and the trellis line. And there we go. cover crop for the year for our wintering is Austrian snow peas. An older friend told us that that's what he puts on his garden every year, and so we've just always done that, and it seems to be a good cover crop, and then puts those nitrates back into the ground that your garden pulls out. And depending on how well they do, I will probably go ahead and add. We've talked about bringing in a load of mulch next year. We might end up going ahead and doing that. Girl. Hey, Nutmeg. She always thinks I have something good in my hand. She's a little biter, which I hope she grows out of that. Why is your nose so wet? You've been eating the cantaloupe, haven't you? Yes, you have, Hope. Hope. Hey, Nutmeg. Have you been eating the cantaloupe? Yeah, you have. Look at those ears. Look at those beautiful floppy ears. I think that's why I fell in love with the mini Nubian to begin with, were those ears and the smaller size. You get all the benefits of a Nubian and a Nigerian mixed in the mini Nubian. Roman noses and those pendulous ears. Hey, Hope. Hey, Hope. Plus, the Nigerian typically has a very high butterfat content, and the Nubian milk. They have a good butterfat content too, but they also give lots of milk. So that would be the perfect combination. Good size udders and high butterfat. You need good butterfat for all those cheeses. She's like, you don't have nothing for me. I don't want nothing from you. If I don't have a treat. They're kind of looking a little ragged. She is, especially. She's getting her winter coat and looking a little rough around the backside. Oh, you're going to try to till that? I didn't think you would try to till that area. He thinks he can get close enough to the panel and without, I guess so. Well, less work for Alec, right? if you guys could remember to like and comment if there is something that you would like to see that we haven't shown you yet. Give us a shout out. We try to respond to every comment. There's a lot coming to an end here, getting close to the winter. I have a few more things to do over in the barn. I have mentioned that I got a Simple Pulse milker this year, and so our goal for the next week or two is to paint the floor and paint the walls in my milk barn and get it looking really nice and sanitary and button it up, maybe do some caulking and sealing, and get that milker installed. Louisiana is going to give us some kids at Christmas, and I want to be able to milk her about 2 weeks after. So looking forward to that. Subscribe to the channel if you're interested. We love to see new subscribers. Appreciate each one of you. Anyways, we're done for the day. Chat later.